I've interviewed with some of the largest FANG, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, Amazon. Hey, how's it going? This channel talks a lot about data science, data analytics, and this video will talk about the job process. That is, how to go from free to job experience to getting hired. Like the interview process it can be long, it can be challenging, and there are certain things that as employees you have things to expect, just to look out for. I've interviewed with some of the largest FANG, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, Amazon, PwC, EY, like those big companies, and they often have varying consistencies in interview practices. Experience applying to the jobs, like as looking at the job description online, going to their website, and applying for it. The first thing, I guess, is just being aware of your employment rights, EEOC, employment, employer, Equal Opportunity Employment Commission. Now, when you start doing things like, well, these apply to, of course, all employers, whether it's a company or it's a contracting agency working for a company, if it's a direct contract that you're hiring with, everyone has their rights to equal opportunity employment. And so that you are being evaluated based on your qualifications and your experience. If you encounter an employer that is not following these guidelines in any of these areas, it is perfectly encouraged that you point this out. It doesn't matter if it's, a data science, data analyst position. It is against the law to discriminate against an applicant because of their race, color, religion, sex, including gender identity, sexual orientation, pregnancy, national origin, age, 40 or older, disability, or genetic information. It is also illegal to retaliate against a person because he or she complained about discrimination, filed a charge of discrimination, or participated in employment discrimination investigation lawsuit. When you do like data science applications, sometimes they give you a code assignment or a technical interview. For example, these are part of like the employer's process, but they are like voluntary. So like before you invest a lot of time into doing one of those, be sure that it's a company that you would see yourself working for. And it is also not, if an employer requires job applications to take a test, the test must be necessary and related to the job, and the employer may not exclude people of a certain race, color, religion, gender, sexual orientation, pregnancy, national origin, or individuals with disabilities. So like, if this test, let's say, is requiring that people fill out a survey about sexual orientation. Like, let's say that it has like examples and they're like very strongly stereotypical. They're xenophobic, for example. And then that creates challenges if an applicant is required to fill out that survey, right? And maybe they don't want to do it, or right. So like that is like something that you know it's not fair for them. And so if you do encounter an employer that's making unreasonable requests, wave the EEO flag, um, and get the heck out of there. Don't work for that shitty company or that shitty contracting agency. Value yourself and value the skills and everything that you've invested into your career. And this also goes to all types of employment. If it's being promoted, a change of assignment or pay and benefits, and coverage for taking a leave of absence and so forth. Take people. When I first meet someone, I tend to assume the best in them, that that their company is, being fair and non-discriminatory, and I hope that that people that are interviewing me are also doing the same. The unemployment rates are kind of high in certain tech areas. There's not a lot of transparency about that, like who to talk to, or it's not wrong for you to like argue this and to speak up for yourself. Don't let people tell you, oh, it's just because you didn't have the qualifications. Or, I mean, if they ask that, they have to be able to tell you why. Or because we were looking for someone who had a PhD and you don't, or